welcome in. Grab a nice cup of tea in my case. Pick a beverage you like. Get a snack. This is episode 23 of my chaotic updates. As usual, we will start with books. I was reading Witch Park by Dominique Villante and I loved it. I absolutely love it. I adore this book. This book has everything. However, I'm not continue reading it because we decided that this would be the March book club book for A Pinch of Mischief. So I will finish it in March. So I still remember stuff. But it's amazing. So I hope you all gonna love it as much as I do. There is a magical house. And it's a living house. It has character. There is a wyvern, butler / best friend. And then there is this girl as a main character who has one of her smaller arms and people think she can't do shit and she is proving them wrong. And it's all about finding her magic as well as find, a princess that is not allowed magic, accidentally finding it and trying to banish her magic. So one is fighting to get her magic and the other one is fighting to lose her magic. Very good. And this is the Pinch of Mischief Middle Grade Book Club pick of March. And then I'm currently reading The Beanstalk Murder by P.J. Bell. Oh, I adore this book. We start off in a city, Oldstamp. And it is called Oldstamp because there has been a war with the giants. And one of the, all the beanstalks have been cut down. And this village is literally on one of the beanstalks that went to the giant kingdom. And unfortunately for Alwyn today, a giant fell dead down from the sky because that is where the giant kingdom is. And it turns out to be the king. So we follow Alwyn and her arch enemy that has... how is it called? She has projection magic. I am really enjoying this so far. And I do want to tell you that we have decided that this book is the monthly buddy read for Fairytale February. So if you want to join in, it's The Beanstalk Murder by P.J. Bell. In the Discord, we have links to pretty much everywhere where you can find this book. I enjoy it already. I'm only 84 pages in. I started yesterday, and it sounds great. It's a witchy murder mystery of a giant king. So what's not to love about this? But the live show will be on the 28th of February at 7 CET time at night. And after that, we will have Fairytale February sprints as usual. So hope you join in. It's amazing so far. And I have finished Rapunzel in the Lost Lagoon by Lila Howland. I will not talk about this too much because all the books I'm mentioning now will be in the vlog that is coming after this video. But I did enjoy it. It is set after the movie when Princess Rapunzel is returned to Corona. It's cute. It was cute. It was very enjoyable. I gave 3 stars. Then I also have finished Thornhatch by T. Kingfisher, which is a Sleeping Beauty retelling. And oh boy, did I enjoy this. T. Kingfisher can do no harm. She can do no wrong. I swear. The POV in this is amazing. I love the fairy creature in this. I love the twist. It's only 140 pages, so I can't tell you anything because basically everything is a spoiler. But I loved it dearly. I want you to know I do absolutely love this. If you love a bit more on the dark side fairy tales. It's not very dark, but it is more on the dark side than, the Disney fairy tales. If you love that with a bit of a dark, a bit of a twist, where people actually die in, then this is for you. There are magical creatures in this. There is obviously fairies in this because it is a Sleeping Beauty retelling. It's there's a princess in the tower. I enjoy this so much. I would highly recommend, especially if you're looking for a fairy tale retelling for Fairytale February, or specifically a Sleeping Beauty retelling. This works, and it's great. And it's so small, so you can, for me, it fulfilled the Cinderella prompt. Finish it before midnight, because that is easy to do. Then I did start Fairy's Fairy Tales by Nikita Gills, and I came up to 80 pages. Just over half. I was just over half. So I'm not sure which page exactly. However, I DNF this. I like the message of these tales. I actually like the twist of these tales and the stories they want to do. However, this is very much tell, no show writing style to me. It is all about, and then she did it, and then she did this, so she did this. And that's really keeping me out of the stories. There were some good stories in this, but mostly they were misses for me because of the writing style. If it would be more stories that we follow as it happens, we follow the characters as the story unfolds, I would have loved this, and I would have given it 5 stars, because the concept of these stories are great. The message of these stories are great. I just didn't vibe with the writing style at all. And I could have pushed through and finished it because I was over half. But I decided to not do that and instead pick up a book that I actually really want to read and I'm really excited about, which was The Beanstalk Murder. And I love that. I've read 84 pages in 2 sprints, and I absolutely love that book, so I'm very glad I did. But this might be for you if you don't mind if it is more tell than show. That were all the books, so that means we're now going into knitting and crochet. However, this week it's knitting. No crochet. Unfortunately and fortunately, I will explain later with acquisitions. But I kind of had castonitis with socks. Also because of the acquisition. And it's visible. So I have been working on socks for Job with this yarn. It's from Lana Grossa. It's called About Berlin Cashmere Noble. It has 70% virgin wool, 25% polyamide, and 5% cashmere. And it's very soft. It feels so great. Knitting with it feels great. The fabric that it creates is soft. I absolutely adore this yarn. Job likes his legs very short. So I only do 40 rows for him. And he doesn't like when it flares out too much. And he still felt it flared out with 60 stitches. So what I did, I drastically decreased the stitches for his leg. So I now only cast on 52 stitches for his leg. Did a 40 rounds of 2x2 ribbing. Did a normal heel flap and gusset. Because in the last row before the heel, I increased it until 60 stitches, which is his normal size for his feet. So I then did the normal heel flap and gusset for 30 stitches, and then did the 60 stitches for the feet, as long as they normally would be. He now needs to try it on to see if the, very much lower stitches helped him with the leg, if he liked that better, or if I do have to put elastic in everything, which both will be fine. So I was doing that. And then wasn't at some point I wasn't really motivated. So I put on socks for me. And it's the tree bark socks. It's the tree bark yarn by Atelier Wolbeest. I have made a sweater out of this. Absolutely loved it. And I still had leftovers. This is the smallest ball leftover. But this was 44 grams. And I also have one from 80 grams. So very easy for socks. This is my normal sock. So I usually, I cast on 56 stitches. I do 15 rows of 2x2 ribbing. And then I go on to vanilla socks. And that's what happened here. But I had other priorities, so this didn't get far in. It was just for a night when I wanted to work on socks for me instead for Job. I was just very excited about the socks. However, when I finished Job's sock, and he still needs to try it on, I started these socks. Because these are for my mother-in-law, and her birthday is on the 23rd of February, and I would like to give her a pair of socks because she loves knitted socks so much. She was so happy when she got one of my pairs, so I just want to make a pair, and she loved this yarn. I let her pick a few colors, and this was one of them. She has the exact same size like I am, so 56 stitches, 15 rows of 2x2 ribbing. I always do my socks on 9-inch circulars for 2.5 millimeters, which is a US 1.5. And I have a gauge of 48 by 48 stitches with that. I'm going to do 50 rows for the legs, heel flipping does it, 50 rows for the feet, and do the toe. That works for her, so that's what we're doing. I just put this on yesterday, so we're not far in yet. But I'm working on that because Job's sock is, he has to fit it, and this needs to be done for birthday as well, so it felt right. However, the sock that got the most attention are my husky socks, because I have been accepted in my first ever test knit. I am so excited, and if that is not enough, I got accepted in a test knit for one of the doodles by Jamie Lomax, the queen of color work. I have been buying her doodles for a year and a half now. Too scared to start them. I started finally a doodle sweater last December. And she is coming out with dark doodles. And when I saw that, I had to apply, and she accepted. I am so happy. So I'm now making husky socks. And they're so cute. This is, one of the doodles. It's coming out the 28th of February, if I'm correct. If not, I will put it on the screen, the right date for you. It's either the 26th or the 28th. I need to be done by the 26th, but I think the 28th was the date that that it got releases. Isn't it cute? She has many doodles in the doodle kit. I chose the huskies to honor Jinto. He is not a husky, he's a Malamute, but it's close enough, especially for sock. I have started with my tension was off for her pattern. Her pattern asked for a 36 by 36 tension. Well, I knit tighter than that. So I did do 56 stitches cast on, did a 2x2 ribbing for 15 rows like I normally do. Then increased 4 stitches, so I had 60 stitches, which is actually a child size in her pattern, but with my tension it worked, so that's what I'm going for. I am doing my color work on 3.5 millimeter needles because color work always makes it tighter because of your floats. So I have found out when I was trying to do striped socks with 2 colors that I can better do it is on 3.5 millimeter needles. So that's what I'm doing now. with 60 stitches. And she has written very clearly which doodles she then can use and how to do them. So I'm very much enjoying this. I use the grass doodle on top. I just used one row last. Then I did the small bones. Then I did the husky, which was three colors color work, which was exciting. Then I used the big bones, and I've used the border here, and then the border, and there's a gray stripe. That is for an afterthought hue. I have never done an afterthought hue, so I'm very excited about it. Very curious to see how it works and if I like it. And then on the feet, I did another border. The hue is going to be turquoise, so I thought the borders would be nice in turquoise. And then I have the small paw prints for the foot. And the foot is all going to be grayish blue with small paw prints, and then there is going to be a border to the toe. And I am very excited about these socks. I just want to make sure I am on time. So these are getting all my attention, and I enjoy them so much. I just try to do the other socks at the same time while knitting this, but this is my main priority. It is so cool to do a test knit. I've learned already so much. It's so fun to connect with other knitters and, you know, see their experience. It is actually great. I only have to do the feet, and so I think I will be done with this soon. And I think about of not immediately making the second for the spare, because he has also a corky doodle in it, and now I also find that I need corky socks. And I was thinking about brown and red, and I think because this is a test knit, yes, I can make two of the same socks. However, and then the pair looks cute and it's going to be a cute picture. Or I will make two socks for two pairs, so I can show you the different colorways that you might enjoy, different doodles. And I think that just shows more of the pattern. And I think for a test knit, that is a nice thing to do, right? That's the meaning, to find flaws in the pattern. There weren't many. There were two. She wrote husky wrong, and there were two that had a different count on the side than in the doodle chart. So it was all easy fix. Nothing that we couldn't knit it with. I don't know. She's just well seasoned, and her patterns work, right? So it's just typos you don't see if you have been working for it for months, and that's why she lets them test. And I enjoyed it so much. So I want to show off as many doodles, as many color combinations as possible. So if I can, I will try to do 3 socks, but the main goal is 2 different socks this month. And the last knitting project that I have been doing, but way less because I'm working on 4 socks at the same time, is my warm-up sweater. It's still very much enjoyable, and I'm working on the body right now. Oh, I forgot the measure. But I think I'm around 20 centimeters. Not sure. So halfway the body. I don't know where it was before when I showed you, because I have not put a progress marker on it. So we should be doing that now. But I enjoy this. It knits up so quickly. It's just vanilla, so I love it. I love mindless knitting, right? So this is doing it. And I can't wait to wear it. However, socks right now has a priority. Because I want more socks for myself to wear, and I'm doing a test knit, but also I'm making socks for birthdays. So that's just how it is this month. Let's go to acquisition. I only have one, but it's the sole reason why I can do so much socks right now, because normally on the tight needles, my nerve is not liking it. My tension is a bit tighter than I normally knit, so can't hold them. However, I bought braces. I was getting a bit of pain. I stopped knitting for 3 days, but it was very hard on my mental health because the only way I can regulate some of my ADHD, or the only thing I can do, is knit or crochet right now. And it was not letting me do any of those. So I stopped for 3 days, started again, and then because I just could not handle it anymore, I could not handle sitting on the couch watching TV for 3 days. It just took me back to the 4 months I lay in bed and could do nothing. So I bought braces because I am knitting a lot of hours a day for over a year now. So I think the pain is coming from the repetitive motion, obviously, which I don't want to keep that pain. So I bought braces. It's already set on my, so I can just put it on like this, but this opens up. And yeah, you can put how high you want the pressure to be. I love this. Since using this, I don't have any pain anymore. Nothing is telling me I have to stop, so I can finally knit on socks for a long time. And that's why I have 4 pair of socks on the needles, and I haven't worked as much on my sweater because I now have a brace, and it's not painful anymore. Isn't painful at any other thing I do when I take off the brace. So this is really helping. So if you're crocheting or knit for hours, I would highly recommend a brace. It just helps you not getting any pain or injuries from the repetitive motion. If you're, I'm an English knitter, which is not as economical. I would like to try I forgot the name of the other side of knitting. With your left hand. I'm a thrower. So I'm the least economic knitting style there is. That's why I don't have as much pain with crochet. But when the pain was there, I could not even crochet. Now I can do everything with this brace, and it keeps me from further injuring my wrist. So I will be using them for the rest of my life, probably. Just because it's nice. It feels nice on, to be honest with you. And it just prevents me from getting any injuries while doing the same motion over and over and over again. I love them. I can highly recommend braces if you knit or crochet a lot. However, if you're just a beginner and it hurts, that is probably a tension thing. You probably hold your needles too tight. And it is better to work with, try to make sure that you don't hold your needles as tight. That is the best way. I knit tighter than I crochet, but it's not too tight, not even on sock needles. So, and since it was also on the sweater and with crochet, I'm absolutely sure it is not my tension, but it was the repetitive motion I have been doing for a year, hours a day. So honestly, I'm already surprised that it didn't came earlier. And it's just now over a year of doing it. But to be safe, I have bought wrist, and it works great. So I can now knit on socks all the time. I love it. I want more warm socks in my life. So I'm very happy. I hope you like this video. Let me know what you're reading or making down in the comments. Like if you are at the end of this video, subscribe if you want to see more chaos from me, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, nerds.